We'll learn about citric acid cycle. So, citric acid cycle is a common oxidative pathway for the oxidation of the fuel, amino acids, that is fat. What are the fuel molecules? Amino acids, fatty acids, and carbohydrates. So I don't want to read the slides, but I'll just say what are the important areas. This is a scientist called Krebs. It is also called as Krebs cycle, common oxidative pathway. Okay, you can call it tricarboxylic acid, Krebs cycle, citric acid cycle, or common oxidative pathway cycle also. In eukaryotes, it takes place in the mitochondria. This is the mitochondrial picture because enzymes are present in mitochondria. So an overview of this citric acid cycle you can see. Okay, so the 4-carbon oxaloacetate it condenses with acetyl-CoA, which is a 2-carbon, forming a 6-carbon citrate. 6-carbon citrate is oxidatively decarboxylated. What is decarboxylated? One carbon dioxide is removed here, forming a 5-carbon alpha ketoglutarate. So alpha ketoglutarate is again decarboxylated to form a 4-carbon succinate. Then oxaloacetate is then regenerated from the succinate via the fumarate malate. Okay, so 2 carbon atoms enter the cycle and 2 carbon atoms leaves the cycle in the form of 2 molecules of carbon dioxide. 2 carbon atom entering is in the form of acetyl CoA. 2 carbon atoms leaving is in the form of carbon dioxide. 3 hydrate ions, that is 6 electrons, that is 3 molecules of NADH. Okay, is being transferred to 1 molecule of F. This is not required. Okay, so we'll see each and every step. The first step is citrate formation via the enzyme citrate synthase, where acetyl CoA and oxaloacetate combinedly they form a citrate compound. So if you can see in each and every step itself, the citrate synthase enzyme is allosterically inhibited. You know what is allosteric inhibition? The inhibitors bind to the allosteric site of the enzyme. Okay, so that it will changes the active site where substrate bind. It will change the configuration of the active site so the substrate doesn't bind to the enzyme effectively. Allosterically, it is inhibited by the NADH, ATP, succinyl CoA, citrate. Okay, this allosterically you have to remember only two things. One is NADH and ATP. Okay, that has been asked a lot of times. So first is citrate has been synthesized. Next step, aconitase. Citrate is converted into isocitrate via a formation called as cis-aconitate. So by the enzyme aconitase. Okay, so citrate by enzyme aconitase converts itself to cis-aconitate, and the same enzyme aconitase is being used to convert cis-aconitate to the isomeric form of citrate, which is the isocitrate. So here the inhibitory factors is must. Aconitase has been inhibited by the, which is not given yet, but it's important. Aconitase is inhibited by the fluoroacetate actually. Okay, so that formation is not given yet, but fluoroacetate only inhibits the aconitase. Okay, that is a important MCQ question. Next we have the isocitrate dehydrogenase. Isocitrate form is being dehydrogenated, producing one NADH molecule to form the alpha ketoglutarate, which is the 5 carbon. Here one carbon dioxide is also released here. So isocitrate dehydrogenate is being inhibited by the allosteric inhibitors, namely you can see the NADH and ATP. Commonly they are the inhibitors actually. Okay, and you can see isocitrate has been inhibited by the ATP and NADH, and it has been stimulated by the ADP. Stimulated is not asked, but inhibitors are always asked. ATP and NADH, ATP and NADH. Here also ATP and NADH has been formed. So we have formed the alpha ketoglutarate. Okay, which is a alpha ketoglutarate step is a irreversible step. Okay, you should find it very well. So this is an irreversible step. Okay, this step is requiring all the coenzyme which are just identical to the PDH complex. So you can see they require the B1, B2, B3, okay, TPP, okay, hydrolipyl succinyl transferase, dihydrolipyl dehydrogenase, and alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, TPP. They require lipolic acid, lipoamide, They've given, it's called lipoic acid. They require TPP, they require FAD. Okay, these coenzymes are required in this step. It is an irreversible step also. The ammonia addition is also related with this step only. So you can find that it is forming a succinyl CoA, also releasing one carbon dioxide. This is the 4-carbon molecule. So alpha ketoglutarase has been inhibited, okay, by the ATP NADH is given. Also, it is mainly inhibited by the molecule called it is arsenite. Arsenite inhibits the alpha ketoglutarate. Okay, that is not given here, but you have to remember it. It is an important MCQ question only. So once that is over, succinyl CoA is converted into succinate. This is the main step. Most asked questions substrate level phosphorylation occurs only in this step where a GTP is being produced. That is even converted into ATP at last. Okay, so succinyl CoA thiokinase is the enzyme name in this, and you can see there is no inhibitors in this one. Okay, so after this, succinate is converted into fumarate via enzyme called succinate dehydrogenase. This is being inhibited by the complex of several polypeptides FAD prosthetic groups involved. Okay, the succinate dehydrogenase is being competitively inhibited by a malonate. That is, they both are like the inhibitor and the substrate. Both are like structurally similar to each other. Okay, it's a competitive inhibition you have learned in enzymes. So it is competitively inhibited by the malonate. Okay, that is important. Okay, so fumarate then converted into malate using fumarase. Here in this condition, succinate dehydrogenase, there is an FADH2 produced. Okay, fumarase converts the fumarate to malate. Malate dehydrogenase produces another molecule of NADH. Okay, forming the oxaloacetate. Then it combines with the acetyl CoA to form another one cycle. So the important is the in this is about the energy production. Okay, you can see the enzymes, everything you can learn. The energy production is very important. How many NADH is produced? There are 3 NADH produced. Okay, and 1 FADH and 1 GTP. So NADH, if you see, 2.5, 2.5 becomes 5, 5 and 2.5 becomes 7.5. 7.5 and 1.5 it becomes 9 ATPs. 1 ATP from the GTP, 10 ATPs are totally 10 ATPs are produced in a new calculation. The old it produces 12 ATPs. You can remember that is also even important. What is the function of this? This is an amphibolic pathway, both catabolic and anabolic. Also, is an anapyretic pathway where more intermediates are taking place and it is giving energy. It is reducing power. It's a common metabolic pathway for all fatty acid, okay, amino acids, all those things, and it has been allosterically modulated. Covalent modification of cyclic enzymes and supply of acetyl CoA is being done by the TDH complex. So this is the pathway. You have several enzymes, you have several inhibitors in them. Okay. So this is the end of the session. So what should you know from this triacide, or you can call it as a Krebs cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle? What you have to know? You should know each and every substrate. You should know each and every enzymes involved in that. You should know the energy. You should know what are the inhibitors, and you should know the why it is useful. Okay, what is the significance or what is the use of the cycle? These are very important. Thank you.